All right, guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing. July 19th, 2025. We're getting rolling this thing. I'm telling you, I miss Eric this morning already. He's on vacation, and this is going to be interesting, me running both of these. So let's get to this. All right, guys. Good morning. Welcome to episode July 19th. Sorry, I'm used to saying the Drag Drive Repeat show, but this is the Drag Drive Repeat news, and you're getting me solo this morning. So get ready for a fast-paced episode. We are going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. So I want to start off. I want to just say we're going to miss Eric on this one for sure. He's on a family vacation this weekend. They were headed to ride jet skis a few minutes ago. I'm a little jealous, to be honest with you, that he's out there doing that. And but sometimes we got to stay here. We got to do work, man. I'm excited. So I was up late last night working on this. Up early this morning working on it again. So today we're going to talk about Heads Up Hustle, Drag Week, Streetcar Challenge, um, all kinds of stuff. We got all kinds of stuff going on. It's the news, man. This is like your hour long setup here, and y'all, we can't do this without you guys. Our race car friends make this whole thing go round and round. I'm telling you, we love you guys. Thank you for being here, and hit the share button as we jump in here this morning. Thank you to our sponsors for making all of this possible. Travel to events. I leave Wednesday for Heads Up Hustle. We wouldn't be able to do that without the sponsors. So Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, WAF Racing, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Y'all, if you're doing some shopping, go hit those folks up. I see my brother is in here this morning. He's probably out in the shop already working on stuff, getting stuff ready for folks to go racing or driving. Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop. With 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions, they fuel your passion, save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts, and find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for all your social media stuff. And on the On All Cylinders podcast, which I'm sure they're going to have some episodes coming up because they're doing Autocross Week right now. From humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. Speaking of Autocross Week, it's kicked off. So it's like a drag and drive, but for guys that like to make turns. So they have a ton of cars that are driving all over the Northeast. They're actually headed to Pittsburgh International Race Complex today to wrap up the final day of Autocross Week. So this is an event I want to go to really bad, but with all the travel we have, it's just not worked out. But I am definitely planning on this in 2026. So bunch of super cool vehicles. Um, you know, anytime something is completely modified to do some kind of racing and then also be street worthy, that's right up my alley. I love that kind of stuff. And this one here, you can see this S10 truck just before the show. I didn't have time to save it and get it into the slides here, but Tommy Dupree sent me a video of this truck doing the first trailer burnout of Autocross Week. So I'm jealous that I wasn't there in person, and I'm sad that you guys didn't get to see it. But if you're going to be watching um, for Autocross Week, please do that. Summit Racing on Facebook. They've got a ton of pictures, ton of content over there. And then also you can find on autocrossweek.com. And while you're shopping for your Summit Racing parts, or on Summit Racing shopping for your parts, grab a hoodie. We've got some cold weather coming in a few months, or grab a Drag Drive Repeat t-shirt or the big brim hat, which is going to help keep you from getting sunburned on those tender spots like the back of your ear, which is where I always seem to get sunburned the worst. We got Ethan in here saying good morning. Danny Fatkin here saying good morning. It's going to be an interesting day, me running this together, doing both of these. So I'm excited about that. some updates for the Drag Drive Repeat uh, community. I guess the followers that are over there. We're working on a way. Eric's working on a way to provide you guys a much easier way to purchase the photos that we take during the events. So he's working on a new Pixie site that we should be able to, I don't know, put up in the next week or so, once he gets back and all that kind of stuff. So this is exciting because typically, if you saw a photo you liked, you either had to, save it from Facebook, or you had to message Eric. Eric had to go through all the stuff and find it. Then he had to send it to you. Then you had to figure out PayPal or whatever to send you money. This will be much easier, and it's on Pixieset. So tons and tons of photographers use Pixieset, which is why we chose it, and it'll make it much easier to purchase the photos. You can go download them digitally right there from that. So we haven't worked on pricing or anything like that yet, just trying to get all of the photos in. You can see he's building folders or galleries or collections, whatever they call them now. And there's no photos in these yet. There's one in the Mega Week photo album, but we're just trying to figure this out. So this is a big deal for us. We want you guys to be able to own these photos and have these as memories for a long time without the watermarks and things like that we use for the when we post something publicly on Facebook or on our website or something like that. And then I said Eric was on vacation. He's still surrounded by race car friends. You guys can see he's still sending me photos from down there, and I think he's in Florida down there. Said it's hot as balls, and he's loving it. So old truck parked over there next to his hotel or condo or whatever he's at, and then he saw the Paul Walker Fast and Furious second gen Eclipse there last night, or Talon, whatever that is. So saw that cruising around. So he's being surrounded by race car friends. I mean, it's pretty cool. So if you're down in that area, go over and say hey or message him, see where he's at, and find out. I think they flew into Tampa, somewhere down in there. I don't know, St. Pete or Tampa or something like that. So I got Nick Schaffen here, Zim Sheik in here, third place in the Dragon Drive World Champion overall points. Dude right there, he's a bad mamma jamma. And then super cool update. Got this message from Eric this morning, but also got an email last night that I didn't see from Mike Finnegan saying that we were actually in the Stay Tuned episode while he was at the gas station. If you guys remember that on episode 113, we talked to, it was like the gasser invasion is what we called it. So we had all the gassers on. Mike Finnegan came on to talk about his gasser blasphemy. And, it's kind of cool to, I don't know, have a little bit of screen time. It was like 15 seconds, but it was when he was walking around and the thunder and lightning was absolutely insane. So they put that in the Stay Tuned episode, and I appreciate them doing that. That's pretty cool, and I hope it brings some more folks our way. Sadly, with so many people on the screen that time, we couldn't have the overlay, which kind of sucks. But that's the way it goes. We'll know better for next time in case that happens again. But I appreciate Tony for throwing that in there, and thanks again to Mike for keeping us updated. My mom's in here; gonna get to see her next weekend. I'm excited, or the weekend after next, my grandmother's 98th birthday. So that's your Drag Driver Pete updates. And then let's move into the Driven Racing Oil event updates. This is strange me being by myself because usually Eric can read this and I can get me a drink of water real quick. All right, Driven Racing Oil is the performance oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application, whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top fuel drag boats and demo derbies. Winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance. And of course, when you're ordering your oil or your spray wax or your Driven Racing Oil merch, type in code DDR10. That gets you 10% discount on your entire order. We'd appreciate that. We had some folks order the other day using that code. So just want to say thanks to the team over there. Send us a message and just said, hey, we appreciate you guys pushing this out. So thank you very much for being supportive of our sponsors there. And we appreciate that a whole lot. Driven is a big part of our brand here. And, them, I guess, being sponsors of the segment for the events is really probably one of our biggest segments that we have during the show because there's so many events that are going on right now. So let's talk about a few of them. I had made some changes on the list, the dragdriverpete.com/event list dash 2025. So I made some changes. I updated some of the host tracks for two of the events. One of those events is Drop the Hammer, North Carolina. That will be at Farmington Dragway as the host track now. And Carl was messaging me this morning. Him and the team are down in North Carolina. They're driving the routes right now, looking at all the stuff, said it's absolutely gorgeous. He said Michigan was gorgeous, but North Carolina is as gorgeous as the Michigan trip is. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited for them to do two events a year. This is going to be interesting because there's not many regional promoters that host two events a year. So it's going to be kind of cool. So he's down there. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button there. He's down there. They have made it to two of the route stops so far: TKM Performance and MacFab Beadlocks. That's a pretty cool one. That I would want to go to MacFab Beadlocks for sure. Spots are still available if you're looking for something to do the weekend of September 5th. This is going to be a really fun event. If you guys have followed Drop the Hammer for a while, you know the Michigan event was absolutely crazy. I mean, they had 150 cars or something like that. This North Carolina is brand new for 2025, and I'm excited to see him put it on. Casey Banner is kind of the lead guy that kind of pushed this event into fruition with Carl, which is so cool because Casey came up to the Michigan event and was like, "Hey, I want to do this bad in North Carolina. I think we can do one." So it's pretty awesome. There's a few events in North Carolina. The timing on this one is perfect if you're going to use it as preparation for the Southeast Street Meet, which happens in November. So again, Drop the Hammer, North Carolina, super cool event, super cool team that's putting that on and all that stuff. Streetcar Challenge is happening right now. They're headed to Jake's Drag Strip in Alabama today. So this one here, I'm going to talk about kind of in depth here in just a few minutes in another segment. So I won't give too much on this, but looks like a great event, and they're doing something that's kind of interesting too. That is new for Drag and Drive. And then Road Trip Drag Challenge is happening, kicks off right now today, a 3-day event. This is the Road Trip Drag Challenge number 2 for the year. They do 3 events a year. So he's one of the only other folks that does multiple events. And he does a really good job. Now, this is in Australia, of course. And one thing I saw today when I was looking this up, It's Not a Cup. They throw a big racer pre-party on Saturday night, a big racer party, on Saturday night. And so they're basically, you bring something that's not a cup that you're going to drink it from. I love this. I think it's super cool. This is one of the great ideas that we may have to use in another event that's coming up. I think this would be kind of fun, or maybe we roll this into the circuit 2026. It's Not a cup. Seems like a pretty fun challenge to me. So it's happening again. Road Trip Drag Challenge 2025 is the Facebook group to follow there, and they do a great job. This is like their 10th or 12th Drag and Drive event to host. And then Miles of Mayhem, y'all. This is the next event on the Drag and Drive World Champion Point Series that is opened up. This thing is going to be nuts. Obviously, they sold out. Obviously, they're going to have a huge event. They're in their 5th year doing this event. July 20th, which is tomorrow for folks that are watching this later, running through the 25th, which is, I guess, next Friday. And then that's in Rimbey, Canada. And they're going to hit like Saskatoon, and they're going to hit, I think they go through Red Deer, all the stuff. If you're not following Miles of Mayhem, there's something wrong with you. This event is freaking awesome. It is on my bucket list, and I'm really trying to figure out how to get there for 2026. And then next up, of course, Heads Up Hustle, which I'll be at. That kicks off on Thursday for some tech. And then we race Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll be driving up on Wednesday night for that. I'm going to talk about that event here in just another few minutes as well. And then King of the Open Road. Now, I know I've talked about this a bit in the past, but look at this coin. If you're just listening to this, stop for a second and look at this coin. This is something that's really cool and is a huge memorial for these events, right? This is commemorative, I guess is what you would say. So as you make your midpoint route stop, you get this coin. And I think this is really, really cool, especially for folks that now have done this event 4 or 5 times with the coins, because as you do that, coins begin to stack. You get to tell stories. This is a great commemorative piece from every event. So obviously, since they moved to Tulsa this year, they're going to do some fun stuff. They are going to Claremore as their route stop. They're driving. They're actually going to take drag and drive cars on Hallett Motor Circuit, which is a like a road course, but not like a road. It is a road course, one of the most technical road courses in the U.S. And they're going to take hot rods on there that are typically drag and drive related. They're going to take those on that. And then the photo on the right that you're looking at there is actually so they work with Nitrous Express. It's one of the sponsors of the event. They create these wraps or these covers for the nitrous bottles that you win. So again, little things like that are what makes these regional events so cool, and I think is what allows drag and drive to be more fun than necessarily trophies and cash payouts, right? So for King of the Open Road, it's one of the greatest events that you'll do. I promise. It's starting at Tulsa Raceway Park, which obviously, I want you to go there because I want you to go there. But this is a cool one. The 200 cars are going to be cruising the same route, and Jared does an amazing job of basically making it a huge convoy. So you drive on Friday, you come back, you run some test and tune runs, and then Saturday is qualifying with a little bit of eliminations at the end, and then Sunday is all eliminations, and it's amazing. So it's really truly like a drag and drive, or like a drag race. Sorry, not like a drag and drive, like a drag race. So you have to drive. You have to have the coin. That's what gets you into the event, is proof that you have the coin, proof that you made the drive. So super cool. Highly recommend King of the Open Road, August 1st through 3rd, Tulsa Raceway Park. You can still get signed up. I think they're not going to turn anyone away. This is going to be a lot of fun, and you'll see stuff here you would never see at another drag and drive. The year we went, there was like 3 Vipers, there was a McLaren 720, there were some very very high end stuff. They have a class called High Rollers, which is cars that are $75,000 or more that race here and do the drive and all that kind of stuff. So they really cater to every kind of automobile you can imagine. So they have a huge car show that I think when I went 2 years ago had 250 cars in it. So even if you're just in the Tulsa area and want to go over to a huge car show, this will be the one to go to. Sick Michigan Miles is the next event that's up after that, August 10th through 17th, starting at Milan and doing 1,000 miles in the state of Michigan, hitting drag strips every day. I know they hit Ubley, which we'll be at. I think they hit Mid Michigan Motorplex, and then they end at the Woodward Dream Cruise, which is going to be freaking amazing to bring all of those drag and drive cars with all those bugs on the front and all that kind of stuff. They're going to be rolling right in there. So Sick Michigan Miles, of course, another event that's on our Drag and Drive World Champion Point series. So this is going to be kind of cool to see where we're at the end of July, and then or at the end of Miles of Mayhem, and then again at the end or middle of August here, because we're kind of stacking these events. We go from Sick Week, which is our first national level event that's a points eligible event. Then we go like 4 or 5 months until we have another event that is Six Summer and Big Sky, and then this year obviously Mega Week was a big part of that. So lots of time in between that, but now we're stacking them. We're getting these stacked. So there's at least one event every month that qualifies for world champion points between here and Southeast Street Meet, which will end the world champion season. And then our next event, the next event Eric and I will be at, will be the Hot Rods by Havlik Fastest Streetcar Shootout Tribute Race and Reunion. And this one here, August 14th through 17th in Cordova. And you can see here the pink Camaro, Miss Annette Summers, has confirmed to the racer list for the Havlik's event. This is going to be crazy. I'm telling you, absolutely crazy. I can't wait. And then we have a busy weekend, the weekend of August 21st through 24th, I think. Yeah, through 24th. A new event for 2025, I-57 Drag and Drive here. You can see it on the left of the screen. This is put on Cole County Dragway in Illinois, and then we'll go to I-57 Dragway. I think it's also in Illinois. But this one here is a brand new one. This one is a Thursday, Friday event, which I think is kind of cool because you can actually take a couple days and have some fun. There won't be as much traffic out, which will be great. And then, of course, Dragway Rush kicks off the 22nd and 23rd in Canada. This is a Northeast event that is, I think Dragway Rush is like just kind of in that palm of Michigan. It's like right here for Canada, wherever that's at. So, give you an idea. St. Thomas Dragway for that one. That one's going to be a good one. These guys have been working their butts off with promotion for it. And then one of the longest running regional events, Cruise and Lose 2025, is back on the schedule, or is on the schedule, not back on the schedule, on the schedule, August 22nd through 24th, Kearney Raceway Park in Nebraska. This one here, man, on. This is another one that's on my list. I would love to go up and do this. They are sold out, but they still have people on the wait list that are working through and getting on. I saw a post yesterday on their public Facebook group that has a that somebody had fallen out. Somebody's getting moved up from the wait list. So if you are interested in this event, this is a great one. Jan Haas has been to this one, I think, several times. Zach Slevin, who is the promoter, has been on the show several times. This is a great event. So definitely highly recommended. Cruise and Lose. I've got to make it up there. I can't do it this year. I can't make those dates work, but we're definitely planning on it. Maybe 2026. Maybe we just do all events 2026 that I haven't done before. Maybe that's what we do. I don't know. We're going to see. Anyways, thanks again to Driven Racing Oil for their support of the brand here at Drag Driver Pete. They're awesome. If you guys are looking for Driven Racing Oil, you're going to be able to find them in the month of August. They're going to be at Sick Michigan Miles. They're going to be at the Hot Rods by Havlik race, and they're going to be at a Corvette event. That's 3 events, same week. They're going to be there. Plus, Bill is going to be on episode 117 on August 6th. Sorry, my shirt is all jacked up. On August 6th to talk about, kind of how they got involved in Drag and Drive, what that means, what they, why Drag and Drive is so important to them, and why they keep going. So appreciate them. I see Richard Brewer in here, Mr. Dirty Panda himself, saying good morning, and then Ralph Rugg in here saying good morning, fellas. Looking to see you in a few days. I can't wait, dude. I'm excited. Those guys have been one of my favorite couples. One of the top power couples whenever we go to events. They started. I can't remember if it was Drag Week or Midwest Drags that they started their career in Drag and Drive, and they haven't backed off yet. They just keep pushing. Kathy has a car she races. Ralph has a truck he races. It's pretty awesome. So, all right, again, thanks to Driven Racing Oil for the support there. Deechworks, this is going to be a fun one right here. Deechworks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, fuel pumps, pump modules, fuel rails, regulators, filters, lines, and fittings, engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 2200 horsepower. And then some of those products are like the Deechworks spin-on fuel filters that are engineered to safeguard your engines with a twist. No compromise filtration with easy serviceability. Fuel flow is maximized with dual inlets and outlets, and 10AN orb fittings offer versatile plumbing options. The spin-on design simplifies fuel system maintenance, making it quick and easy to change. With a 5 micron rating and E85 compatibility, our filter cartridges exceed OE specifications. Deechworks, they're badasses. Look, just go if you need any kind of fueling, just go to Deechworks. That's what it is. Ralph here says it was Midwest Drags that we met. Oh man, here we go. Yeah, SVT Jonah, we're going to talk about this in a minute as well. He said, I hear Ned, talking about Ned Dunphy, is looking to do some hot weather road testing in the Viper. That is correct. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. And then Ken White, dude, what's up? Did Street Week Sweden last weekend. Man, I can't wait to see some of the stories that come from there. His photos have been awesome. Well, let's talk about Heads Up Hustle because it is this week and I cannot freaking wait, man. I've been making announcer notes. I've been doing artwork for some of the racers. There's a ton of racers that are coming, and I just haven't had the opportunity to finish up all of the racer artwork yet. So I'm trying, believe me. I'll leave on Wednesday, and I'm going to drive from here about 9 hours to John Paul Frank's house, who is the promoter of the event. And we're going to host episode 115 of the Drag Driver Pete Show right from his garage. So I'm kind of pumped. He said, man, let me move a few things around. Bring your camera and stuff. Obviously, I was going to do that. And then he's like, we'll put my car in the background and you can run it from the garage. I said, dude, don't twist my arm. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm ready. So we're going to host episode 115 directly from his garage right there in Illinois. I'm going to jump in the truck with him, and then we're going to drive another 7 hours on Thursday morning and get up there and get set up for Heads Up Hustle 2025. He said more cars than ever sign up. This is exciting. This is always a great feeling as a promoter to just continue to grow. And he sent me a message late last night. He said, "Man, we've got another entry that came in late yesterday." So they're continually adding to the number. And, anytime you have more than you've ever had before, you get a little nervous. I'll be honest with you. You just keep going, oh man, what do we do? What are we going to do if 15 people show up day of? And I'll tell you what, we're going to take them. We're not turning anybody away. I'm probably putting words in his mouth, but if you are interested in this, we're going to be at Ubley Dragway next Thursday for tech, next Thursday afternoon for tech, and then Friday they'll wrap up some of the last minute tech that goes on. So Ubley Dragway is going to be a new track for me. I've never been there, of course, so I'll get to mark another new track off of my list. And then we're going back to Mid Michigan Motorplex, which is probably, I don't know, a top 5 track for me, top 8 track for me that I've ever been to. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love that place. The tower is nice. The grounds are gorgeous, and the track seemed to be really well. So a lot of really fast stuff there. The cool thing about Heads Up Hustle that I like the most is it is a standard drag and drive for the first 2 days, right? So you're working on your average, you're trying to run your best pass for your class, all that kind of stuff. But then those averages set the ladder for eliminations on Sunday. So it truly is a heads up race, but it's one of the best ways I feel like you could do for to give people a heads up shootout, but also have a drag and drive in it. So John Paul Franks has done a great job with that, and I'm excited again, and I appreciate the opportunity to go up there and talk on the microphone for people to listen. So I'm kind of excited. I am taking obviously my computer and all that stuff. So if we have decent internet, I am going to run a bit of a live stream as I can up there from the tower. It won't be great. It won't be multicam or anything like that, but it will be a little bit of a just something for you guys to be able to watch this stuff and see some cars go down the track as the drag and drive stuff. My plan also, Eric and I talked about this on episode 114, but it's for me to do a vlog style video throughout the weekend. And come out with something daily. So you guys will see kind of some cell phone footage, basically, is what it's going to be, kind of a Cletus esque me walking around the pits talking to people, kind of like Jesse Fox does with 3G video. There'll be some drag racing in there. There'll be some pit stuff. There'll be some car footage. There'll be some route stops, things that we hit along the route because John Paul Franks does take the route that goes along the way. So I'm excited about this event. This is really a big deal for me. I mean, I don't get to announce very often. And so to be able to do that is kind of exciting, and I appreciate him for sure for giving me that chance. All right, and then route stops here. I was supposed to be going through these photos. Sorry. I'm excited to see Andrew Heiston this year, and then Josh Burt's back, and then route stops, Tasty Cone and Mountain Machine. There's a lot more route stops than that, but the Mountain Machine is going to be a huge car show in Bellevue, Michigan on Saturday night. So they're talking like 400 cars. So if you're anywhere close to Bellevue, Michigan, and you don't have, or you want to do something really fun on Saturday night, please go hit this up. Mountain Machine in Bellevue. It's going to be awesome. We get to see our buddy Dan Chandler. I love that dude. I love his GMC Jimmy. And we're going to stop at the USS Edson as one of the route stops. So a huge, I don't know, whatever destroyer class ship. I don't know what that thing is, but it's big. And we're going to stop there as one of the route stops. And then, of course, if anybody knows me, I like ice cream. So the Tasty Cone is going to be another good one. And then the GM Performance Center is going to be kind of fun as well. Jeff Kirchick in here saying he's looking forward to Heads Up Hustle. One of the photos I posted up yesterday or day before was when I ran into them at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and they were eating McDonald's or Burger King or something like that late night on the hood of Alley's Dart. So I can't. Oh, Belleville, Michigan. Sorry about that. Belleville, Michigan, not Bellevue, Belleville, Michigan. So be looking for it, and we'll have some fun there. Fast Ranger Motorsports in here saying good morning as well. And then Ken saying we will catch up. I promise. Oh, dude, I know it. I know it. I know you're going to take care of us, man. We're excited. I'm excited to see all this stuff, and he did a great job. Street Week Sweden. If you're not part of the Drag and Drive Life UK Facebook group, please go over there and join that. Those guys are growing and growing and growing, and we want to see more events over in that part. Jeff Kirchke here, 5-star drag and drive dining. Well, the cool thing about eating on the hood of a hot rod is that the hood's typically hot, so it keeps the food warm. As you're going along there. So again, Heads Up Hustle this next week kicks off on Thursday night with a VIP or with sorry, not VIP Tech, with Tech, and then Friday we start racing at Ubley Dragway in Michigan, kind of in that thumb part of Michigan. And again, thanks to DeechWorks, the official fuel delivery system of Drag Drive Repeat. All right, Car Change 3D, dude, Corey Nicholson, you're the man. You're the man. I'm one other reason that I'm driving to Michigan instead of flying is because I'm going to get to hang out with Corey. He's opened a storefront. We're going to get to go. I'm going to stay at his house Sunday night after Heads Up Hustle is done. And then we're going to go to his shop and I'm going to see all these 3D printers that do all of this super cool stuff. Car Change 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one-off keychain for that special person's special car. Find more at carchains3d.com or on social by searching Car Chains 3D. Now, you see these. This is what he started with, was the keychains, and he puts them on hats and things like that. Super cool, right? Look at this though. This is freaking awesome. For the folks on the podcast, just stop, jump over to YouTube, because this is really cool. This is really, really cool. So he has bought a new printer that can basically put your car on a key fob. So I don't know how he does this. Obviously, we're going to talk about that. And yeah, anyways, we're going to do this. Is going to be freaking cool, man. I'm excited to see this. And you can see in the photos here that he's got, basically it's laid over the artwork. So you could put like Trailblazer, you could put Corvette, whatever you want to. Like GM stuff is what he's working on right now, and the styles. But you can also see in this photo on the right that he has like the Mustang emblem on this, what is a USB plug-in for your dash. So the possibilities are endless here, is what I'm saying. This is really neat because this is going to allow him to pick up the it's just going to allow him to offer a lot more customization for people when they're looking. Now, Corey has worked on dashes, like putting a 12.3 Holly dash in a 70 Nova that like Brian Acton set up. And that's become a lot of bread and butter for him. So this is pretty cool to see him taking this next step. He continues to reinvest all of this. So we always say it's from a hobby to big business, and this is a big deal. So congratulations to Corey. I'm excited about that. But during this segment, we're going to talk about the Streetcar Challenge, which is going on right now in Alabama. And I basically reached out to him. I'm like, I need stories. I need to know who broke stuff. And they said nobody's really broken anything. Listen to this craziness. It said that Kyle Buntley posted, he runs Rowdy Streetcars on YouTube. He said Austin Grimes' car stopped up all the injectors and made the whole drive barely running. We flushed and flowed the fuel injectors at Avid Speed last night, which was a route stop, and are ready to make a good hit at Jake's Drag Strip today, which is exciting. They're going there today, and then they'll finish up tomorrow. And then Austin Grimes, the owner of the car, replied to that one saying that they're replacing all of the AN feed line with PTFE hose because the AN hose that's on it is breaking down again and stopping up the injectors. So talk about some drag and drive work there, man. Now they're not there. This isn't like some small change. I mean, if you're changing fuel lines mid drag and drive, that's pretty impressive. So big deal. I'm excited about that for those guys and to see that. The Josh Horton, who's one of the team members there, he said day one went really well. Had one break and one couldn't make it from the track. He said most made the drive. Had the injector issues, of course, and then one kept overheating, but nothing that stopped us from making the full 4-hour first leg. Day one, quickest car, Clyde Carlson, which you guys have heard before if you follow Drag and Drive much, in the Nova here, 552 at 132. And then second update, I don't have the results on this event yet, but we should have those later today. And then quickest stick shift, Adam Buntley, which you guys also know from Drag and Drive, in the Mustang at a 603 at 123 in the stick shift class. And then day two was a rain out, sadly. That's the way it goes sometimes in these drag and drives. Seems like it happens quite a bit. Are they are these chemtrails really starting to take over here so we can not have as much fun on Dragon Drives? Is that what they're playing? So day 2 was a rain out, but we had these cars running leg 2 in the rain. No issues with breakdowns on day 2. Again, that was by Josh Horton. Jake's drag strip today, again, like I've said several times, that's a great drag strip that people have been using for a long time. But I think it's one of the first times that we've done it for a Dragon Drive. And then you can see the trophies here. Super cool stuff. It's like first place gets an actual trophy, and then maybe runner up gets a plaque there for each class. And then their route stop yesterday, Stroking Diesel, was the route stop for yesterday. Oh, and looked like it was a good time, man. It was full. A lot of cars in there. I haven't seen a car count yet, but again, haven't been to the opportunity to see all the results and stuff. But that brings me to the next point here. Let me get back to this photo. Caleb Holder is using Racemaster Live for the standings on this event. You guys have seen him post about that before. Racemaster Live is a racing app that you get on your phone. You can use it to run all of your races. You can do everything from right there. It's obviously set up for heads up stuff, but they're using it for a Dragon Drive for the first time. So I'm excited to talk to him and see how that works out. So if you haven't done it yet, Racemaster Live is the app that you can download, and you can look at all the results right there. So I think it's really cool to see what they have going on. I'm kind of excited to kind of dig in a little bit. I downloaded it this morning. I had no time to mess with it at all to get in there and see it, but while I was writing the show. So big shout out to Caleb Holder. We'll have him on the show pretty soon. Him and I were talking back and forth, and I just want to see how this works with the Dragon Drive and how they manipulate the data that goes into there. So appreciate him for reaching out and reminding me, hey man, we got to talk. So big shout out to Corey at Car Change 3D. I'm excited to hang out with him again. Next Sunday night, I'll be at his house, and then Monday morning, I'm going to go there. We're going to do kind of a full interview, talk about how all of this happened. Corey's never been on the show. Well, he's been on the show, but not what we're going to talk about at the level we're going to talk about. So I want to know, how he got started. Why this? What was the plan, and what's the plan going forward, and all that stuff. So hey, Rovikin here saying hola this morning. And then Jeff Kirchick here saying food on the hood, beer on the trunk. That way it keeps it cool. And then SVT Jonah here saying Bellevue. When is it this coming Saturday? Yes. Not today, but next Saturday we'll be there. And again, 400 cars at Heads Up Hustle Dragon Drive Car Show. So it's going to be kind of wild. They've actually gotten with Chris Ryder is the owner of Mountain Machine, and they've gotten with one of the largest promoters for car shows in that area of the country. And typically Detroit, they're west of Detroit. So this should be a huge event. So please come out. Please have some fun. All right. Molly Motorsports. These guys are so freaking cool. I don't know if you know that or not. They're awesome. Attention high performance enthusiasts and racers. Meet the Molly Motorsport Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for power packed performance. The Power Pack pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder to wall clearances and improved temperature stability, which you guys need if you're running some boost, that. And then, or 2618 alloy to allow increased detonation resistance. What sets Molly apart? Forged pistons, Grafal coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with Molly Motorsports, where performance meets precision. MollyMotorsport.com for all the details. And you guys know Molly is spelled Mahle. So please go over there and look. These guys aren't just sponsors of the brand here. They are also Dragon Drive racers. That's where we met them. That's where conversation started. That's where we just took it to the next level. Eric is running some Molly Motorsport Power Pack pistons in the Mustang and the LS. That's going to be twin turbo that we're going to take and do some Dragon Drive racing with. That's that car is being built as a competitive Dragon Drive car. First, I keep telling him, man, I would love to go 10-0 racing. Show that 10-second, 11-second, 12-second cars can be a ton of fun, and that's what we're going to do. And it's running Molly pistons, so it's going to be awesome. Well, it's the whole Power Pack kit. It's not just pistons; it's wrist pins, rings, all the stuff. Trevor Brandon here saying Miles of Mayhem starts tomorrow. Boy, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see all the stuff that's going on up there. And we talked about that just a little bit ago in the Driven Racing Oil event segment. The gentleman's agreement is this: I love doing this. if you've watched for a while, you know I love this stuff. This is my jam. Drag and Drive is where it's at for sure. So, gentleman's agreement is I'm going to keep doing this, but I need you guys to hold up your end of the bargain and go over and hit that follow or subscribe button wherever you're watching this. Make sure you're keeping up to date with us, and we'll keep doing this. You do that, we'd appreciate it. Race car friends, you're the best. I'm telling you, I love you. I can't say thank you enough for all the support you've given the last few months. It's been absolutely crazy. If you guys have followed for a while, you know we fought and fought and fought to get to 100,000 total followers, and we finally crossed it about 3 weeks ago, and it's because of you guys. So again, thank you so much for all that you do for us here at Drag Driver Pete. We appreciate it. And then, of course, our sponsors. We can't do this without them. So if you guys are shopping, please, please, please hit these folks up. Summit Racing, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, who I get to hang out with. I may have to make it a point to go see Jay here while I'm in Michigan. Maybe on my way out of town, I run by and say hi to him there at the shop. Performer Built Transmissions, which we're going to be hanging out with them at Hot Rod Drag Week. Numidia is about 15 minutes from Performer Built Transmissions. So I'm going to message Ryan after this. So Ryan, if you're watching, I'm on my way. We're going to see you at Drag Week, and we're going to hang out. We're going to do something really special for Drag Week racers that make it a point to stop at Performer Built Transmissions. And then Car Chains 3D, which we just talked about. Corey's awesome. Power Tube TV, which allows us to provide exclusive content over there. Sweet Patina, Racing Junk Classifieds, and then, of course, WAF Racing, who, if you guys haven't been on our website and seen the new store updates, you need to go there and take a look. We are now offering a lot of the WAF Racing products right directly from our website, which is really super cool. So it's 3D printed material or products that are built for Drag and Drive racers by Drag and Drive racers. So it's pretty awesome. All right, Howard's Cams. This is one of my favorite segments. This is kind of where we get to talk about the community, right? The Howard's Cams community segment has been around for 2 years now, and it's awesome. I love it. It gives me a chance to kind of dive out and look at some other stuff. So let's play this video that is run by or voiced over by Harris, our buddy at Monoxide Podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend, Luke B, for your next valve train upgrade.
I want to say big shout out to Luke B. He has been working hard on his Ranger and then found some stuff in the oil filter the other day. So I'm sorry, buddy. That's one of the hardest ways to build race car stuff is to have stuff not go right. So if you're needing some parts, hit up Luke B. Give him a shout of motivation, shout of encouragement that, hey man, it's going to be all right. And then Miles of Mayhem, just like Trevor Brandon said a few minutes ago, Miles of Mayhem starts tomorrow. I'm so excited about this event, 5th year for them to run it. When they started, they were crazy. I mean, nobody thought, man, why are you having one in Canada? There's not cars up there. And man, they sold out. They have gone ham ever since then. So it's pretty awesome to see them grow like this and to see the hype and everything that's around Miles of Mayhem. So if you're anywhere close to any of the tracks they're going to be at, please go support them. If you're not, hey, jump over, follow Jesse Fox at 3G Video. He's going to be putting out daily videos. And that track channel, Gary, is going to be putting out daily videos as well. It'll be one of the first times he's done a daily video from an event. So I'm looking forward to that because that track channel does a great job. And you guys know Jesse Fox does an incredible job on his stuff. I have hung out with him a lot, and I still don't know how he gets all the stuff done that he does. It's pretty incredible. But there's some racers that are on their way. Bill Armstrong is on his way. Bankshift Billy is on his way up there to duke it out with his buddy Rich Guido. So I'm kind of excited about that, to see all the fun they have. He's done a really good job of documenting the trip from Colorado up to there. And then, of course, Jesse Fox in the blue Volvo. If you guys aren't following Jesse at 3G Video, there's something wrong with you. Look at the kind of shots that he provides. Like that, look at that thing. It's incredible. So I'm excited to see the stuff that comes out from up there. He did Big Sky Race Week a few weeks ago. Incredible footage from there. So this is kind of Jesse Fox jam. These beautiful these scenic shots, and racing, of course, is a big part of what we do here, but it's pretty incredible. SVT Jonah here saying Fox is the GOAT. That is for sure. And then Casey Banner here says, go support your local small track. Go support your track at all. Doesn't matter if it's small, big. Go support dirt tracks. Go support RC racing, whatever. If there's racing, you got to do it. Oh, and then Bobby Burr is coming as well with the portable car hoist. Man, that is so cool. That's exciting for those guys up there. I don't think they've had a portable car hoist there before. And, I know that always helps with working on cars, and especially midweek when stuff breaks. And then, of course, like I said a minute ago, Rich Guido is on his way. He's headed that way right now, going over car number 1. He was the first car to ever register for Miles of Mayhem. So this is exciting to see him up there and doing all that stuff. SVT Jonah here again. He said he saved my bacon with an extra battery for my camera on day 0 of drag week, was getting pictures for Ned. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, Jesse Fox, one of the best folks out there, and truly cares about the drag and drive community a whole lot. And then I thought this was really, really cool and a great idea for all the events that are out there. So Watsy's Welding built the Miles of Mayhem Warrior. So this is the Mayhem Warrior 2025. He posted, or she posted, whatever they posted. I feel bad for everyone who donated to this trophy and to the person who will receive this trophy. But man, did I have a lot of fun building this. 99% broken parts from Miles of Mayhem 2024. Look at this thing. Do you guys look at that? It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy to see something like that be built from all of the parts from 2024. Super cool. And I bet that thing weighs 70 pounds. And that's one thing that's always fun about building trophies out of broken parts is just the weight that goes along with those. I'll tell a funny story. One time at the streetcar shootout that Jonathan Stonecipher and I hosted for a long time, that now 301 Streetcars hosts, we built a most trophies trophy, and whoever won the most trophies got this. It was stupid. I think it weighed 70 pounds. It was absolutely insane, but it was a fun trophy built out of a ton of parts and made to be really heavy. So this is going to be kind of fun. And again, whoever wins this, sorry, that sucks. That really sucks to win the Mayhem Warrior trophy there. But you do know that it's broken. It's parts that are from Miles of Mayhem 2024 that were broken or needed to be repaired that I guess couldn't be repaired. It's pretty cool, man. And then next up, Havlic's Fastest Streetcar Shootout. I know we talk about this quite a bit, but guys, I don't think you understand how important this kind of event is for the community of drag and drive. Now, this isn't a typical drag and drive. They do have a drag and drive class within it, but this is a big deal. So if you guys don't know, if you're new to the drag and drive community, the Fastest Streetcar Shootout was the event that kicked off all of this that we do now. This was an event started in 1992, ran until the early 2000s. This was where the fastest streetcars went to prove it. This is what happened. So this is where all of this came from. So this started in 92, ran drag week started in 2005 from this same format. They wanted to not just do what's considered a true street event now, which is like a 20 or 30 mile cruise and then race. These guys went out. I mean, David Freiberger was like, what if we did like a one lap of America style drag race where you drive 200 or 300 miles every day and race at a different track every day and all that stuff. So I'm excited about this. We've got, of course, like I said earlier, Annette Summers is coming. She has confirmed. This is the first lady of Pro Street right here. She's bad to the bone. And she raced last year, did a great job. I can't wait to see what she's done this year, because when you do a first event, the first year was like reunion time, right? Everybody was there hanging out, having fun. There were cars that were pushed to the limit, but I'm telling you, this year it's going to be insane. So if you are a big tire car, this is your spot. This is where you need to go. This isn't there's very few small tire things that go on right here. This is like pro street, big boy, cool car stuff that's going on. Um, we heard Bryant Goldstone on one of the videos on day 7, I think, for Rocky Mountain Race Week say he's bringing both cars to this. He's confirmed that with us after that, so he's bringing both cars. So this will be a test bed for the new Corvette if they can get it ready for Drag Week. So that's the plan. So be looking for this car. This is a huge deal for the drag and drive community. This is, another very, very, very high level car being built for the drag and drive community by a proven drag and drive racer. Like, you can't get more proven. 2-time drag and drive world champion, won both A and B group at Rocky Mountain Race Week, Mega Week, has won everything that he's been a part of. Everything. I think he just took home the overall win of Six Summer a week after getting done with Mega Week, and just badass. He's a badass, that's for sure. So I'm excited about that. Jason Hurley is bringing the Meltdown Firebird. Obviously, you saw the new paint on it. Primo stuff. This car is a very top contender. And then, of course, Matt Frost is bringing out the Hulk. He's out racing this weekend on the streets, or not on the streets, at Pueblo. This is a shot from the end of the turn road there. This car's fast. This car's been in the 6s. This car's gonna put it down right there for all of those pro street guys. This is a car that could win it all. He's been very, very fast. And then one thing that I'm most excited about is this shot. So for the folks, again, if you're listening on the podcast, just stop, go over, look at YouTube, look at this shot that was taken. This will be one of the most iconic shots in history. I'm telling you, the lineup of cars down the drag strip in the, nose, front 3/4 angle, whatever you want to call it, they're taking this shot as well again this year with all the cars that are entered that are there on Thursday. Y'all, I think we stretched 600 feet of the drag strip with cars lined up like this. It was insane. And it was almost impromptu. This year, it's not impromptu, it's planned. They know what to do, they know how they want the cars lined up, they know at what angle they want them. This is one of the coolest things because it creates 2 different scenarios. One, you have shots like this. I mean, damn, dude, it's awesome. And you have drone shots. Richard Brewer, Dirty Panda, is going to be there running the drone for the weekend. So you have that drone overfly that is just, it's so cool. And it creates a parade at the front. Right. So as these cars are driving down, as they're coming through, they come through the staging lanes, they drive past everything. So this is like an event within itself to just get the cars set up for the photo. So I can't wait to see this thing go on. This is, again, Hot Rods by Havlik, August 14th through 17th, Cordova Dragway in Illinois. This is going to be nuts. Absolutely nuts. I can't wait. And to remake this shot, this was a shot, again, taken last year, of course. So you guys can go over to their stuff, look at their photos. It's incredible. And then Hot Rod Drag Week 2025 is coming up. It's the 20th anniversary of this event. Again, started in 2005 with 40 cars. And look at us now. There's 47 events being hosted in 2025. So in 20 years, we literally went 10 years with one event. We went another 5 and had 5 total. And then in 2022, it all broke loose, and Drag Week is to blame for all of this. So big shout out to them and the team for staying with it. I mean, 20 years is a long time. This is a huge deal to be part of something for that long, to host an event that long at this level, to do it so long without competition. I think is pretty interesting. I'm surprised there were not more events that tried between 2005 and 2015. In 2015, we had Rocky Mountain Race Week and One Guy's Garage. 2019 kicked off with Midwest Drags and the Circuit, and one other in 2019. And then, of course, 2022. From there on, it's been wild. So it's been awesome to see. Drag Week is like it's the one, right? So it's like the OG, it's the Godfather, it's the one you want to go to, the one you want to put on your belt. Maybe you're only going to go once, but you're going to go because Drag Week, and it's the 20th anniversary of it. So I can't wait. We've heard rumors. We've heard Larry Larson say he's bringing a car out. Larry Larson's going to be at Havlicks. So it's going to be interesting to see if those cars are street worthy, if they make the drive, if he signs up for the drag and drive class, all that kind of stuff. And then couple cars that are committed. We have seen footage of this. We saw Ned Dunphy's post yesterday or day before with the Viper running, idling, getting ready. He said he's getting some hot weather testing done, trying to get some of the street miles back on this car. Y'all, I'm pumped. This car is capable. It holds the number one and day one and day two ET records for drag week. Not, I mean, like it's, micro record type stuff, but it's very fast. Very, very fast. It's been 603 in drag and drive trim at a drag and drive event. So again, drag week is where this is going to be. This is a shot Eric took in 2024, of course. And then Bryant Goldstone, we know he has the javelin. We know it can run right at the front, especially winning Ultimate Iron. It's going to be interesting to see if Larry Larson comes. Will he run Ultimate Iron, or is he going to be in Unlimited? So depending on which car or whatever he brings, so that's going to be interesting. But if the Havlik race goes well and the Corvette is still together, are we going to see the Corvette? Is that going to be the official drag and drive debut of the Corvette for Bryant Goldstone? If it is, bring it on. I'm pumped to see that as well. And then Tom Bailey, I would assume this is where we're going to see one of the best opportunities in the last few years for a car to run fives, to be in Maryland and Pennsylvania and all that stuff. If the weather will act right, we could see some very, very, very fast times. Tom's been in the 570s in this car in drag and drive trim. So this could be pretty intense. He took a swing at it at Sick Week. Unfortunately, day one was absolutely insane with 385 cars on the ground, and they only got one pass. And that one pass pulled left, crossed the center lane, and he had to abort it, obviously, because you're not going to keep running. And he didn't get a chance to make a second pass. So that car was tuned up and ready. They had been testing. They had everything ready for it. So are we going to see this at Drag Week? I would assume so. I haven't gotten that confirmation. I haven't been able to watch every minute of every video that they've put out over on SICK the magazine, but I'm telling you, we're lining up for one of the biggest battles that we've seen. And of course, a guy like Tom that has won the overall several times. He's done drag week since 2013 in a front running car. He's taking this very serious. So if he's showing up, it's going to be on, and I would imagine he's showing up. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to go on at drag week, and I can't wait. If you weren't watching on episode 114, we had Tim Gorley on of Go Fast Photography. He's going to go with me. I'm picking him up in Joplin, Missouri, and we're going to drive over there because Eric is out of vacation time. So sadly, Eric is going to miss the 20th running of Hot Rod Drag Week, but Eric he did Drag and Drive Month. He did Mega Week. He did Six Summer, and then he came back down for the circuit. So appreciate him for doing all that and taking all that extra workload on to try and get those photos edited. So again, Drag Week 2025 is going to be insane, and you're looking at the top cars right here. I mean, I don't know. We are really kicking off our coverage for Hot Rod Drag Week moving forward. This is a big deal. I want you guys to understand this is a very, very, very big deal for all of us here in the drag and drive community, because there's so much that will come from this. There's so many things that people will talk about from the anniversary side of it, from the years running, from the number of people that have done it, all that kind of stuff. Like all of that kind of culminates as we come in right here. So I'm really, really pumped to see that. So again, thank you to Howard's Cams for being a part of the program here for so long. Man, it's been they were one of our first sponsors to come on board, and we appreciate them. They moved up from a new sponsor last year, or not moved up. They moved into a new sponsorship this year, and we appreciate them continuing the support here at the Howard's Cams community segment. All right, PowerTube TV. If you guys aren't already following it, please do that right now. Go over there, like it. You get exclusive content from us. You see these episodes that are trimmed down and edited for PowerTube, plus some other exclusive stuff I've got planned putting out there. And then thank you for being our race car friends. Thank you so much for the comments today. I appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you for the likes. I see those coming in quite a bit here as well. We always try and make the news an hour long. And guys, I appreciate you coming in here, spending the time with me this morning and doing this. And hit the share button as we go out of this, or leave a comment, something like that as you exit here. So I appreciate everybody being a part of this. And of course, our sponsors, guys, if you're shopping, please go over, look at their stuff, see if they got something that you want. Summit Racing has 1,500 brands of products. They probably have something you're looking for. Summit Racing, Deechworks, the official fuel delivery of Drag Drive Repeat, Molly Motorsports, the guys that keep the pistons in the cars there. Appreciate those guys. Driven Racing Oil, they keep things moving around and lubricated. Howard's Cam, or clean. They have race wax as well. Howard's Camps, we just talked about with the community segment. J-Wire Solutions, tons of great products from J-Wire. Love all the stuff they have going on over there. Performer built transmissions. I can't wait to hang out with you, Ryan. I'm really pumped about that. Car Change 3D. Going to get to see Corey next week. Power Tube TV. Sweet Patina with the best hand cleaning wipes on the market. TKO hand cleaning wipes. They are made for drag and drive. And then Racing Junk Classifieds. Guys, they created an entire segment for us. Are you hearing me? They have drag and drive cars in the drag racing area. Please go over and look. That is something that continues to grow. We've seen growth after growth after growth every week. So appreciate them for being a part of the program here. And guys, we will see you Wednesday night for episode 115 of the Drag Drive Repeat Show, live from Heads Up Hustle, promoter himself, Mr. John Paul Frank's house, and tons of updates. I'm going to have some Drag Week updates. Going to have a ton of cool stuff from the Drag and Drive community. See you guys.